So it was in a wreck. The car was getting towed, got hit by another truck from behind. The trailer pretty much got destroyed.
She's dead, and we're gonna have to fix it.
Our car got a little messed up.
Jimmy, what's the prognosis?
It's got big angle, baby.
$1,500 drift suspension setup versus $8,000 drift suspension setup. Does more expensive really mean more better?
Let's find out.
We bought two nearly identical Nissan 350Zs, and we've been modifying them to be fun daily drivers you can take to the track.
And we took them to the track, and then we broke them.
And now we're transforming them to be fun daily drivers that you can go drifting in.
1Z is getting expensive parts.
And 1Z gets cheap parts. In the last video we made with these cars, we put V8s in them to give us a little more power, baby.
And in this video, we're adding a bunch of suspension parts to give them a little bit more angle, baby.
You can slide almost any car around, but if you actually want to drift,
sustained, controlled, predictable sliding.
It really helps to replace some fundamental suspension parts that alter the way the car handles.
Which is what we're gonna do today.
And that's why Low Team is getting $1,500 worth of GKTech and Megan Racing parts to help the Z get sideways.
And High Car is getting $8,000 worth of Wisefab and Feal suspension parts.
That's more than what we paid for High Car.
Is it?
Yeah.
This car is so expensive now.
Before we unbox our angle kits, let's talk about why we're installing them in the first place. During a drift, the rear of your car can accelerate and actually overtake the front unless you countersteer to basically let the front end catch up. If the back of your car gets too far ahead, you'll run out of steering angle and spin out. So angle kits do exactly what the name suggests. They give the front wheels more steering angle, giving you the headroom to slide at greater angles. Wow, I said angle a lot.
With this GKTech steering angle kit, we'll be able to turn our wheels way past their original stock. The build quality looks almost too nice for low car, I think. We also have a rear lower camber arm, a radius arm, a regular camber arm, and an upper camber arm. We're gonna be switching out the entire rear suspension assembly with this Megan Racing equipment right here.
Easy money. This is what $1,500 gets you. Let's see what 8,000 brings. This is way above my pay grade. This is overkill, guys. This is a Wisefab front angle kit. New coilovers. Lower control arm. Upper control. Rear lower toe upper arm. Control rear arm. Upper control rear arm. Knuckles to bracket. Basically, it's a lot of sticks.
Wow, incredible. No, that's a lot of damage.
Biggest difference between our two setups is that we are replacing both the front and rear knuckles on High Car.
Yeah, we don't have to do that.
You don't get to do it, really. So let's put these parts on the car, go to the track, and show everybody how good I am at drifting.
But look at that, look how much it's steering. All right, everything is disconnected. Now we should be able to pull her out. Now, all these components will let us individually adjust our toe and our camber, really let us dial in what we want in the rear here.
The stock suspension on our 350Zs allows for some adjustability, but with our new parts, we'll be unlocking a ton more range of adjustability. It's like going from the demo to the full game. Camber refers to the angle of the wheels relative to the vertical of the vehicle. Most cars have very little camber so that the tires make as much contact with the road as possible, but most cars are driving straight most of the time. In drifting, we're going sideways, so the wheels are turned most of the time. If we increase negative camber, we reduce the tire's contact patch while driving straight. But when the wheels are turned, we're actually increasing the tire's contact patch. We're sacrificing grip going straight to gain grip going sideways. The other thing we're looking to adjust is toe, which refers to how far the tires are turned in or out. With toe in, we can increase stability. With toe out, we can increase our ability to turn quickly.
As Low Team gets better at drifting, we'll be able to dial in the car better and make it suited to our driving styles.
Zach, how do you get these clips off?
Oh, they're just kind of annoying. I mean, you got the right idea. You just got to be able to kind of push on both sides at once, or yeah, get a hook behind it.
He said I had the right idea. Sick. It's precision stuff.
Okay, so I got most of the stuff out of the front, the whole upright, pretty much everything. Just got to get this tie rod off here now so I can replace it with an extended one, and then we are on the process of putting things back in, at least at this corner. It's going pretty quick so far, but I've just taken stuff out so far, and that's the easy part.
Doing bits. Toot toot, Jerry Bear, toot toot. Toot toot, Jerry Bear. Toot toot, Nolan, toot toot.
This dowel pin is the bane of my existence. Doesn't want to stay in. Okay, so the pin is in. This sucks.
So while Nolan is struggling in the back on the rear suspension, I decided to get a little jump on the front suspension. Now, luckily for us, we only have one piece to install, and that's this steering angle kit. What this does is it replaces one of our tie rod ends with this, which gives us some adjustability. So this is a threaded rod that allows us to adjust our steering angle. So in addition to this having a threaded rod on it, it also has two little collars in here that can change the accrement. And so what accrement is you get a positive or negative. Positive accrement is when the turning wheel has more angle compared to the opposite wheel. Negative means it has less angle compared to the opposite wheel. But above all, what we're trying to get is more extreme steering angle, and we will 100% be able to feel that. Now, while we don't have a ton of other parts to put on, like high car, we also don't have much frustration. I'm so not frustrated right now. Those guys, on the other hand, TBD.
So aftermarket parts, you put them on, you take them off, you put them on, you take them off, you try something new, and then you break out the grinder. How bad is a nick in a brake line?
How bad's the nick? Let me take a peek. Oh, that's pretty deep. Yeah. We gotta get this out of your way. Oh, it's rubber coated. Yeah. Oh, we're fine. All right, but we should get it out of my way. Yeah, get it very much out of your way. Rubber coated.
A huge thanks to K&N for sponsoring today's video. From June 15th to July 26th, you can get $50 off K&N air intakes, the same intakes we're installing in both high car and low car. They're not only guaranteed to increase your horsepower and torques, but they're also engineered to provide improved engine sound, and that means hit it, going!
How? We haven't finished installing the...
Typical low team!
What was that?
Nothing. I was just saying K&N products make your vehicle run cleaner, go faster, and drive further. Plus, they make installation simple. It took High Team virtually no time to install this bad boy.
And if you're seeking Performance Unlimited for your vehicle, get $50 on intakes from June 15th to July 26th.
Head over to knfilters.com/donut or just click the link below.
Fit perfectly within the speed.
Gabriel, if it doesn't, I'm gonna lose my sh**. You know, when I was in elementary school, I wanted braces so bad because I thought the nickname Metal Mouth would be cool as f***. Okay, let's see. New suspension going in. Hot dog. That's a pile of new parts, and boy, does it look good. It's not gonna be this clean for long, but while it is, we gotta admire it. We've got a lot of spherical bushings here. Those are nice, they have no play, so this thing's gonna be tight as hell. It's gonna be awesome. Might be a little vibrating, but that's totally fine for a race car. I think we're gonna make it.
All right, so after taking this thing in and out a few times, cutting some stuff, grinding some stuff, it's in. Now there's only like new coil over, lower control arm, rear control arm. 8 more things to put in.
Well, dang it. I was super excited and looking forward to putting the brakes on our brand new stuff. That would make this area look super cool. But my Willwood caliper bracket doesn't fit. So I could modify the upright here, or I could modify the brake bracket that I have, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. This is my mill. This thing's plenty beefy. I'm just gonna take a little bit of material off here from both sides until it fits. All right, now that we've removed enough material from the bracket that it fits the Wisefab upright, now we can put the brakes on and bask in their glory. Ta-da!
Right, that's on, great. Now I'm gonna jack this up so I can get aligned with the tie rod. And then this side's done. Easy peasy, lemon McSqueezy. Okay, so right now I'm just measuring the number of threads I have. I want both sides to be about the same. That way when we go to align the car, The guy doing the alignment doesn't have to do a whole bunch of extra work getting these threaded adjusters in place. This guy's way off, but luckily I got my tools right here. There we go, perfect. All right, this side is now set. Hopefully that helped our alignment guy a little bit.
We're all done, basically. We just have to put the wheels back on, but you know, it's actually kind of early in the day. We're done with our stuff. High team's still chopping away at their car. I think that's a pretty good deal for us. We're gonna have a lot of adjustability on our car and a lot of angle in the front, and it's gonna be freaking sick. Now all we have to do is get the car aligned, and then we'll be going sideways at the track.
Low car had successfully installed their suspension, but high car still had a ways to go.
All right, it's Monday, it's a new week, it's a fresh start. And last week, while I was finishing some stuff up in the engine bay, my best friend James Pumphrey was back here installing the rear suspension. And he made some nice modifications to our chassis in order to fit the suspension that he didn't think fit. But the problem was that he didn't remove this factory piece and replace it with a piece from Wisefab. Once you do that, you have plenty of room and you don't need to cut or hammer anything. So now I've got a hole in the car that needs to be fixed. Trucking right along. Just got a few arms to put in place and a hole to patch, and then suspension will be done. The hole is patched, the cuts are welded back together. So I'm just gonna throw some undercoat on it just so it doesn't rust.
What's cool about High Team, all their stuff is made by one company. All the stuff should go together, no problem.
Yeah, they have more parts to put up front, but that also includes more fabrication to make those parts fit.
Yes. There is a very high chance High Car will have to chop their fenders to accommodate the wider stance that they'll have in the front. It's gonna look like a bullfrog in the front. Prepare your minds for some amphibian automotive action.
Okay, so we've got all our suspension installed, we've got our alignment done, and the fact is our wheels, our track width in the front is so much wider now. We stick out like 3 inches past the stock fenders. So I'm gonna try to pull these fenders enough to clear our super wide front track width. It's gonna be really hard. I'm gonna have to make some relief cuts and really try to peel this thing out. It might look terrible, it might not even work, but I'm gonna give it a good old college try and see what I can do. So I recognize this might be a little bit painful to watch. It's kind of painful to do it as well, but it's kind of what you got to do. This is a drift car now, it's okay. And you know, worst case, we can get some new fenders and some real flares later, but I'm basically trying to get rid of this crease and just bring this puppy up and out.
Oh, whack.
What do you think?
Oh my God, come on. Come on. Now how are you gonna know if the tire's gonna fit, dude?
Well, that is kind of an eyeball maneuver. We got about 2 millimeters, about all you need. She's close, but you know, it all moves together.
That's insane.
How you like me now, Nolan? Yeah, check that gap, baby. It ain't much, but it's just enough. Because you gotta figure the tires are gonna come up like about like this. I think that's kind of gotta be it. A little bit more work, but we'll just do it.
With all its suspension installed, High Car was finally ready to hit the track. So we loaded our cars on trailers and hopped on the highway. Little did we know, things were about to get interesting. The trailer got rear-ended on the freeway.
Oh, that car over there, if you guys can see it, it was doing like 100 miles per hour. Era no más.
Thankfully, everyone was fine, but unfortunately, High Car wasn't. We took it back to the shop to assess the damage and found out that all of that cool suspension stuff we put on had been absolutely mangled.
Jimmy, what's the prognosis?
It's got big angle, baby. It's got a little bit of a problem, ladies and gentlemen. It's not looking too good.
She's bent, and we're gonna have to fix it.
Lesson learned. Don't strap your car on by the wheels. Luckily, the boys at Drift HQ, shouts to Adam LZ, had an extra kit in stock, and after a few hard days of work, High Car was road ready again, just in time for its big showdown at the track.
So before, when we brought High Car out here, when it was still twin turbo VQ powered, I was doing some big donuts in this skid pad, and there were a lot of times where I didn't have enough steering angle to save myself. I'd get a little too happy with the throttle, and there's just nothing you could do about it with only so much stock steering angle. So now, I should be able to get stupid as hell.
Well, let's get stupid as hell.
The first test is all about steering angle. The rules are simple. The car with the tightest turn radius wins.
Well, we're just gonna do a simple U-turn. More steering angle is gonna make that turning circle smaller, therefore probably easier to park in a parking lot. And then after this boring stuff, we can go drift.
With Low Car's angle marked, it was time for High Team to test their turning.
You guys wanna see how small my circle is? You like almost, turned inside. I know. This thing turns almost on itself. It's crazy. It is wild. The only other thing that can do that is a forklift.
Low Car definitely benefited from the angle its new parts gave it, but it ultimately never stood a chance up against High Car's absurd amount of added angle. This one goes to High Team.
So like I said, my circle is tiny. That's super handy for parking lots and alleyways and turning around, but it's really not that cool. And it's not really why you put a steering angle kit on a drift car. You do it so you can drift better, and that's what we came here to do. So the first thing we're gonna do is set up a test. We're gonna do donuts around a cone. Whoever can do the cleanest donut for the longest around the cone wins. First thing we're gonna do is go out, do some practice, get warmed up, get a feel for these things with all their new angle, and then we'll challenge each other.
Okay, so the last time we came out here with the old engine, Job was doing big, large donuts in the car, but the car would run out of angle and he would struggle to either keep the car going in a drift or would run out of angle and spin out. So hopefully with this angle kit, now that he's got more steering angle, he can hold a bigger drift for longer. Let's see how that works out for him. It's undeniable that High Car has more angle than Low Car, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to see that difference at this speed. Look at that!
Oh, that's great.
And there we go. Gave it too much juice, but he's able to recover. He didn't spit out. And you can really see how, like, look at that. Look how much it's steering. That was crazy. That was all the angle right there. That looked amazing.
It's pretty good. It's got angle everywhere you need it. You can go pretty deep and just save it. I feel like I felt when we went into the tiny circle contest. I knew I was gonna win. We got more angle and we got better parts because we spent more money.
That's so sick. Easy enough. Easy enough to follow up. No pressure. No pressure. I mean, Job's only been doing this for a while now, and fourth time driving this thing. No pressure.
High Car feels pretty awesome. The Wisefab kit is perfect. It does everything you need it to do and probably more. But I am excited to see Nolan rip Low Car. So I think we might see a loop from Nolan. Or at least, you know, slower donuts, not as awesome ones like as you just saw from me.
Best of luck, but I'm not really worried about anything.
Better than I thought.
Woo, that's cool. So much fun. Oh man, it feels so good. I can tell when I start to lose angle. Also, I can feel that the rear tires start to really heat up and you lose grip in the rear, and that doesn't really help the situation either, but it's really fun. I'm gonna do a little bit more if you don't mind.
All right, so when Nolan just looped out, sure, he could have avoided that by, you know, being in more control of the car potentially, but if he had more angle, he could have saved it. And that's kind of the difference. Sure, you can get really good at driving and not need as much angle, but if you're trying to have fun, more angle makes it a little bit easier.
Oh, I love this car. This thing's so sick, man. I love this car. This is the best Low Car's ever been. What's my heart rate? 144 beats per minute. Dude, this thing's so sick. Okay.
With High Car and Low Car thoroughly broken in, it was time for both teams to switch keys and take our opponent's vehicles to the limits.
Well, I gotta say, you know, even though the car was in a little bit of an accident, feels fine now. Oh, wow. The weird steering rack. Oh, it doesn't like that. That seemed like a bog. Did I hear a bogging?
Yep. There's a lot of positives about this car, but it just died on me.
Clearly, there's a couple issues, but I can tell that this thing is meant for drifting with that Wisefab kit. Like, I know that if I pushed it even further, it would be able to catch me further than with low car. What a car. These things are great. It's got some wrinkles to iron out, and then she'll be a beast. Job's a very skilled driver.
This car feels pretty good. So I did find the limits of the steering a couple times, but there's still enough angle that it was fine. Low car is rad, absolute ripper. Mated with this Nissan transmission, the gearing is better. Like, I'm doing most of that in high car and first gear.
Yeah.
But low car second gear is just...
That's where it's at.
Chef's piss.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, she puts it down.
High car put on an impressive drifting performance, no shock there. But what was more surprising was low car was able to keep up. Both cars had consistent circles and a nice distance from the center. It's a tough call to say who won, but you factor in that low car suspension came in a whole $6,500 cheaper, and this one goes to low team. Sorry, James. Actually, I'm not sorry.
Thanks to the Ridge Wallet for sponsoring today's video. This is your dad's bulky, leather-bound mess of a wallet. And this is the Ridge Wallet. Unlike this uncomfortable folding nightmare, the Ridge Wallet is light and industrial, designed to fit comfortably in your front pocket. But don't let its sleekness fool you. This beauty can hold up to 12 cards with plenty of room for cash. Plus, its durable exterior is made with RFID blocking technology that protects you from digital pickpocketers. No wonder the Ridge Wallet has 40,000 5-star reviews. Get 10% off today with free worldwide shipping and returns by going to ridge.com/donutmedia and using code donutmedia, or just click the link below. Now, back to the show. Gotta find that wallet.
So Nolan, $8,000 worth of suspension stuff versus $1,500 worth of suspension does more expensive mean more better?
James, high car is obviously very sick, but low car is what I need right now.
Yeah, it's all you need. I think I would do low car, come out here a bunch, make sure I like it, and once I get to the limit, I know what my option is with the Wisefab kit, which, by the way, looks so sick. Make sure you join us next week for the final chapter in this phase of the 350Zs. We're gonna add handbrakes, making them official drift cars. Thank you for watching this video and everything else on Donut. Hit that subscribe button and that bell so you don't miss anything. We will send you a text to your mom's beeper to say, hey, there's a new high-low.